colleges would know the procedures, but few may not. So we'll have a brief session, then we'll have an interaction session with Subhashji also. So let me start now. So before going to that Pfms thing, what we have analyzed is first everyone will be having of administrator login, am I right? So everyone will be having of administrator login. Through that, we would have created operator login and approver also. So the next, we are going to see the amounts which has been transferred from CNA account to our zero balance subsidiary account. Am I right? So we are going to see the limit in the Pfms. I think many would have seen the limit, and a few colleges told me that they have not seen the limits also. So let me just brush up quickly this. So this is once if you got the administrator login, so we are going to register our zero balance subsidiary account in the My Scheme. So in the Pfms, there is a tab called as a My Scheme. We are going to register that. So in the My Schemes, there is going to be registered new scheme. Next, we are going to select scheme 4116. So the third option is going to be of the funding agency. The next is going to be of the CTCT Bhubaneswar, that one. And we are going to select the zero balance subsidiary account. And we are going to select the agency. And we are going to select the branch, IFSC. By using the IFSC code, we are going to select the branch. And we are going to enter the zero balance subsidiary account. And we are going to click on the mapping, and finally we are going to save these things. Do not take these photographs, I will share you the slides also, don't worry. So this is it, and if you just go to the schematic representation, so this is just a representation here. If you could see the tab My Scheme is highlighted, we are going to go with the register new scheme. So next, register new scheme, the window is going to open like that. In that you can see, I think it is not quite visible. So central pending approval, next zero balance subsidiary account is it. We have to click on the zero balance subsidiary account. So then we are going to save the bank details. Once the bank detail is saved, you will be having the visual like this. So the third row shows the MSME champion scheme 4116. So zero State Bank of account. So my college Jerusalem. And the last you can see this Central Tournament Training Center Bhubaneswar, CZBA. That is a zero balance subsidiary account. So this is how your bank will be mapped in the Pfms. So now, how we are going to check your amount has been credited in the account in the Pfms. Now, so there is a tab called as Masters. Okay, so this is in this masters drawing limit by PD. You just click it out. You can see the amount which has been credited in the Pfms account. For this, we have to choose the hierarchy level is the main thing. We have to choose the 4 Ws in Chapman scheme, and the hierarchy level is going to be of CNA. Most of our colleagues, faculty members choose the MSME or other agencies. If you choose that, it will not be displayed. You have to choose the CNA. CNA and choose the state, your amount will be displayed. This you are going to check the amount limit set by the Pfms. Next is, so now our college has received the grants. Now it is our responsibility to create the data entry operator and the data approver. Okay, so what is this data entry operator is? So whatever the amounts you are going to transfer to any vendors, any companies, so we are going to transfer, we are going to create in the data entry operator, and that is going to be approved by the data operator. Later on, we are going to generate the print advice, and that will be submitted in the bank. This is the procedure. So how to create the data operator? So just log into the administrator login. So there you will be having the masters tab. So in the masters tab, you will be having the users. So once if you click on the users, there will be a new tab called as add new. So once if you click the add new, So you can select the data agency as a data operator, and you can you can fill all the relevant details, and you can submit the submit button. So this is how we are going to create the data operator. To represent that, so this is it. See the masters, again users, and next add new for the creation of the new operator. Next. So next page it will be open like this. It will show the agency data administrator, data approver, and data operator. So our intention is to create only the first one, data operator. Click the data operator, enter your email ID, phone number, mobile number, and whatever you want as a login ID, you can type it and you can save it and submit button. Once if you created, likewise you go for data approval also. Again you have to go for the manage, and you have to click the users, add new, and if you go, it again the same page will be opening. You create the data approval. So again fill all the relevant details, and so keep the login ID for separate for the data approval also. Once you submit, your password will be sent to the corresponding email ID. So now later on, this is how if you want to check. So in the masters you can check using the manage. So all the operators and the approver which has been created will be displayed. So here if you just see, DO represents the data operator, the last user type. DA represents the data approver, and DM is administrator. ADM is the administrator. Okay, through administrator you are going to create the operator and the approver. So now we are going to log into the data operator. Now I think we have 3 IDs, user IDs, administrative ID, operator ID, and approver ID. So we leave that administrator ID. We are not going to use anything for that. Okay, now we go to the operator ID. So in the operator ID, you log into the operator ID using the username and the new password which you have generated. Go to the site, and you have to go to the masters. Go to the masters, create users, and click the add new. Once if you click that, which means that we are going to add the new vendors. So whatever the amount we are going to purchase any raw materials, we have to transfer the payment to the vendors. So we are going to add the vendor details. So if you do that, so the vendor page will be displayed like this. So it can be like a personal, likewise. So we have to fill all the relevant details, the bank details, and we have to save it. I think this is quite not visible. I will show you later. So you have been created the vendor. Now after the vendor inclusion, it will look like so it will be showing this, all the bank status will be active, and account status will be active. So after maybe couple of 10 minutes later, it will be active. So this is once adding the vendor in the operator login. And later on, there is another thing, like if you want to add vendor, you can add either through vendor or through the beneficiary. So mostly you can go with the vendor management. So we experience quite a lot of difficulties in the beneficiary, adding the beneficiary. There are a lot of terms and fields to be added. You can choose the vendor management. If you want to give payment to as a honorarium or travel or any through your vendors, you can go through the vendors. So this after this, you skip this beneficiary also. Next, adding the new expenditure. Again, after entering the vendor details in the operator login, we have to go to the operator login again. We have to create the new expenditure. What is the amount, how much, which scheme you are going to give the funds to the vendors. So if it could be like this, the scheme you have to choose is a MSME 4116 champion scheme, and it will ask the sanction letters, sanction dates, everything. Okay, and the total amount, what amount we have to given to the vendors. Suppose as a honorarium you are going to pay 10,000 rupees, you put 10,000, and the percentage you have to put 100%. Do not put 50%. Something there is some problem with these things. You put as a 100%. Payment will be disclosed. Either if you want to give, like 50% is advance to the vendor, you put 5,000 rupees and add 100%. That 5,000 rupees will be directly transferred to the corresponding vendor. So likewise in the expense you put as a revenue. and a percentage here you're going to display in the 100%. That's it. And if you could save it, it will be saved. Now we have created a vendor. There are two options we have done. In the vendor login, we have added the vendor and we have added the expenditure of the vendor. Okay, which means it will be saved in the vendor. Again, this will be reflected in the approver. So this is a very important thing, that whatever you want to edit, you can edit only in the operator. You cannot do anything in approver. Approver is just to accept, approve or reject. Okay, now what we are going to do? We are going for the approve login. As I already told you, you are going to use the masters, users, add new, and new administrator login will be created. You are very familiar with that. Now we are going for the, now we have created the vendor. Now we have logged into the administrator, approver login. Now we have to approve the vendor which is created in the operator. Right. So now we are going, so in the approver login, we are going to the expenditure. Okay. If you go to the expenditure, and there is two tabs, manage and approve. Okay. The second tab is going to be of approve. So if you could approve, you can see the vendor details which will be displayed in the approval. Okay. So there it will show to either, I've not added this slide, it will show how to, whether to approve or reject. Okay, once if you want to approve, you can select the approve, it will approve. The bank will be saved. This is where the major problem arises in the PFMS. Those who are already getting any funds to other agencies can directly go to this step. Before going to that, what we have to do? So, we have to activate our bank in the PFMS. So, most of the colleges are missing this part. So, those who go to get any projects in DSD, DBT, their bank will be automatically activated in the PFMS. If we are getting any first time projects through PFMS, we have to activate this. Because if you do not activate this, you will be adding the vendor. So you will be seeing that particular vendor details in the approver login, but in the last stage it will show bank detail pending. I think you would have noticed that. So earlier we thought that it will be sorted out in a couple of days or 48 hours, but later it is not that. So that will be showing, even if you keep it, if you do not activate the bank, it will show bank details pending. Okay, I think you would have noted it. So what you have to do, you have to go to the administrator login again. Leave this operator and approver. You have to go to the administrator login. In the administrator login, there is a tab called bank. Okay, so you have to click the bank. If you just click the bank, you will be seeing a number of tabs there. Account activation through e-payment. Okay, so your bank can be activated either in e-payment or through digital signature. Now most of the colleges are following the digital signature. For simplicity, I'm telling you so you can follow the e-payment. So you have to click the account activation e-payment. Okay. Once if you click on that, so you will be opening a new page called bank added in the e-payment. So this is, it will ask the scheme, which scheme you want to add the map that. Again, you have to enter the zero balance subsidiary account, okay, where your fund is getting received in. That account you have to add it, and if you search it, it will show the display, put it saved. Okay, now it will show like account number, scheme added, status activated in a couple of minutes. Then the agency name of your college and your account will be activated. Okay, now again, so you would be facing this problem again. Again, if you go and log into the operator, you will be approver, you may be seeing the bank status as pending. Again, what we have to go to, you go back to the operator login. Okay, go back to the operator login, edit in the expenditure. Again, if you go back, log into the expenditure detail, you will be seeing some tabs will be missing. The details will have been already been furnished, that details will be missing. So you again enter your, upload your sanction orders, upload your sanction order dates and all other things, other fields, again you complete saved it. If you save it and refresh, and next you log into the approver login. Now you can see that your bank details will be verified. Once if this procedure is clarified only, you can able to generate the print advice. Okay, so now you have mapped all the vendors and it has been approved in the approver. Your bank is also verified. Now you have to generate the print advice. So you can generate the print advice either the operator login or through the administrator login. So the expenditure you will be having the how to generate the print advice. So you log into the administrator or operator. You click the expenditure tab. In the expenditure tab, there will be the e-print voucher link will be there. If you click that, you will be getting the you will be getting the PDF will be downloaded like this, print advice. You can keep this printout in the letterhead, or you can, with the authenticity of the corresponding account holder, maybe the principal, you can get its countersign from it, submit to the bank. So from there, the bank will be able to transfer the funds to the vendors. If they are the same bank, it will take within 1 day it will go. If it is other bank, then state bank, it will take some couple of days. So this is a simple procedure. I will share the PPT to you all. If you have any queries, you can ask me. So Subhash sir and myself will clarify the details.
I have a doubt, sir. The bank managers do not have a awareness about this. Many bank officials do not have the knowledge.
Several times in front of the SBI branch manager, I spoke with the CTTC Bhubaneswar, and they tried to explain, especially Rahul.
You tell the name of your college.
KSRM College of Engineering, sir, MSME PI in charge. Sir, 3 times print advice generated, sir.
Hello.
Sir.
This work is not in domain bank. This work is only domain in the Pfms, Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
This training many times you not attended training by the Pfms people also.
Sir.
This thing, but the bank is only transfer fund only, not Pfms.
Sir, issue is, sir, the government of Andhra Pradesh, they restricted the debit and credit restricted due to unauthorized letter. The branch manager submitted sanction letter in everything, but the same issue.
No, this type of problem arise this time only. Okay. Before that, so many HI get fund vendor. Okay. But ये sometimes last week ये system error है only. ये resolve हो जाएगा. You contact with the CTC Bhubaneswar only or your branch and main branch of ये Mumbai.
Okay.
As a CNA.
Yes, sir.
Only ये link है. Okay. Main branch CNA Mumbai.
Yes, yes.
Your bank branch.
Yes.
And CTC
भुवनेश्वर.
ये तीनों का जब कॉम्बिनेशन पूरा क्लियर होता है तभी फंड विल गो टू वेंडर.
Yes, sir. Repeatedly we contacted to CTC.
ये थोड़ा एज ये न्यू फंड प्रोसीजर ठीक है नहीं कम रिसेंटली तो अभी ऑल पीपल नॉट फैमिलियर दिस. ठीक है बाद में तो ये सब ठीक हो जाएगा कोई वो नहीं है. आपको थोड़ा अभी एफर्ट्स करना पड़ेगा बार बार. यू ऑल्सो कॉन्टेक्ट मी.
Okay, sir.
You write mail.
Ranjan is the person.
नहीं अभी मैं मॉर्निंग में ही बात किया बैंक मैनेजर के उससे कह रहे सर ये सिस्टम एरर है ये अभी सम डेज कुछ प्रॉब्लम है वो आप उसके बाद ठीक हो जाएगा. फर्दर ये जो अभी सर बोले ये अरुण जी कि ये टेक प्रिंट नहीं टेक प्रिंट एडवाइस. यू सबमिट प्रिंट एडवाइस अलोंग विद showing your limit on PFMS.
limit.
You write letter to bank to payment to vendor.
Okay, sir.
Along with take print advice and your limit showing to Pfms.
Sir.
Both documents attached on letterhead.
Okay.
Along with sanction order.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sanction. You got sanction order?
We got it.
3 documents attached with the letter and signed by competent authority. Either जो भी competent authority
From
है.
our side,
That
we do not have any problem, sir. The process we understood. Successfully, we are able to generate print advice. The issue is in between banks, sir.
नहीं,
It's only the.
वो तो system error है.
Okay.
वो system error है, but some people, ठीक है, mistake this time. Only take print advice and submit to bank. Bank people not knowing this thing.
Small request, sir. Till now, we understood to complete the process. Maybe 1 or 2 days we are able to complete it and we can successfully send the money. But the duration to complete the selected ideas is limited.
वो one
We
year.
request you, sir, please
वो-
extend
वो
duration.
नहीं, वो any idea complete जो time है वो 1 year है. After getting fund, not approved. Okay? जब आपको फंड मिल गया है उसके विदिन 1 ईयर में, ठीक है, आपको आइडिया पूरा करना है. नॉट ये आपका जो अगस्त में सैंक्शन हुआ था, नॉट अभी जब आपको फंड मिला है उसके बाद 1 ईयर में आपको आइडिया पूरा करना है. बहुत है नेक्स्ट ईयर. तो बिफोर 31st मार्च
Sir.
you utilize 70% amount.
Still, sir, even 70.
If not utilized by you, so then fund will
Sir, Dr.
come back.
Raghu for KL University Guntur. Sir, because still settling down the certain problems among so many colleges, but still we are able to transfer successfully. But on behalf of maybe problems expressed opinion among the sitting all together in
Any from
we
Pfms
request-
Engineering College?
Sir, we request that
Pfms Engineering College? Listen. You explained this thing ki first of all you transfer for fund to engineering. Come.
Sir, before this December, first week of January, many colleges have transferred the funds. Now, many colleges have transferred the funds. Now, it is a recent last 2-3 weeks they cannot be able to transfer the funds because of the internal problem in the state bank.
Sir, I have another. We request to extend the date because 31st March. सुभाष जी हमारा रिक्वेस्ट क्या है कि मेरे सभी लोगों से भी मैं समझता हूँ ये भी ओपिनियन है. हमारे आपको रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि 31st मार्च को और एक 1 मंथ एक्सटेंड किया तो 70% कंजम्पशन के लिए.
नहीं ओके नहीं आपको सुनो, इसका भी कंफ्यूजन मैं दूर करता हूँ. आपका प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. आप 70% इफ यूटिलाइज ना बिफोर 31st मार्च, ओके. इफ नॉट यूटिलाइज तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली सिस्टम बैक टू गवर्नमेंट मनी. ये मैं या आइदर एनीबॉडी कोई भी आपको रिलैक्सेशन नहीं दे सकता. इसलिए ये आपको 31st मार्च आपको यूटिलाइज करना है.
आपको रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि
नहीं मैं क्या कोई भी नोबडी.
और एक क्वेश्चन है सर ट्रैवल पेमेंट कैसे करना है सर?
वो एज पर जीएफआर.
नहीं सर, वो ट्रैवल का
वेंडर बना के थ्रू वेंडर.
नहीं सर, इंक्यूबेटिंग वो ट्रैवल करता है ना
So,
सर.
travel also through vendor only.
नहीं सर, ट्रैवल वेंडर फाइन बट travel incubating, he will travel to certain place for some testing of some labs and etc. He will pay the money, will get having a tickets, but the tickets will be on the name of incubating.
लिसन, देखिए एज पर जीएफआर आवर एचआई इज द एडमिन. ठीक है नहीं, ये एज पर जीएफआर इट इज योर इंटरनल मैटर. आप पेमेंट ये चीज वो सब आपको अपने अनुसार करना है. वो एचआई के डोमेन का काम है. ओनली फॉलो जीएफआर. वो हम नहीं बता पाएंगे कहाँ कैसे किसको आपको करना है, लेकिन आपको जीएफआर फॉलो करना है और यू आंसरेबल टू सीजीए. only.
बट आपने एक कंडीशन में है सर, इंक्यूबेटिव नाम में एक ही पैसा भी ट्रांसफर नहीं करना।
हाँ नहीं करना तो इंक्यूबेटिव वेंडर भी, अरे भाई जब वो ट्रेवल का खर्च करेगा तो एज ए वेंडर आप उसको पेमेंट करेंगे, नॉट उसको एज ए इंक्यूबेटिव। बताओ ना उनको।
वेंडर का मतलब उसका अकाउंट डिटेल्स होते हैं ना, वो इंक्यूबेटिव अकाउंट
ट्रैवल एजेंसी के पास से लेके जाना है।
ट्रैवल एजेंसी
Now you can transfer to the mentor.
He travel by RTC. How do you get the RTC account?
Sir, 1 second, sir. Sir, travel amount you have to transfer to mentor, sir. The name should be whatever you have said, the bill, whatever that ticket name, either to be mentor or student, whatever.
How do we transfer to mentor, sir? Mentor is itself is a different purpose.
No, sir. The mentor have to maintain all those things, sir. You have to take care about all those things.
So just sir, I'm incubated. I traveled to CCAB for testing of my antibodies.
Yes, sir.
I went there. I
Yeah.
traveled myself.
Yes,
I
sir.
done my work there. I had the mentor is given some mentorship to me. For mentor, we paid on the name of mentor. We paid the charges to him. I come back to my place.
Yes, sir.
I traveled. So these charges how to pay?
Yes, sir. That charges only you have to transfer to mentor to student.
So mentor is taking away paying for transferring that amount to the student.
Yes.
Does it possible?
नहीं वो नहीं कर सकते।
Yes, it is a-
नहीं नो, आप डायरेक्टली देखिए, हम जो इंस्ट्रक्शन अपलोड किए हैं कि ओनली फंड जो 15 लाख आपको प्रोवाइड किया गया है एचआई को विल नॉट बी ट्रांसफर टू इंक्यूबेटिव अकाउंट, बट इफ वो ट्रेवलिंग में कुछ सम करता है तो उसको एज ए वेंडर आप पेमेंट कर सकते हैं। वहां आप एज ए इंक्यूबेटिव नहीं उसको पेमेंट कर रहे, एज ए वेंडर उसने जो जर्नी परफॉर्म किया है, जो टेस्टिंग या कैलिब्रेशन वगैरह कुछ किया है, तो व्हाई नॉट पेड टू हिम।
सीसीएलडी वेंडर ऐड करना, उसको पेमेंट करना।
Sir, I have incubated travel here. You are paying to the incubating.
Sir, excuse me.
Incubated the account.
Sir, I will explain. See, the idea now that one line is confusing lot of, making lot of confusion. No, any money, no money should be transferred to the incubating. Right? Actually, now if you see there are 3 levels of money transfer. One is Government of India, then that money goes to the CNA, then the money comes to the HI. Now you are spending the money. You are the only person authorized to spend the money. Who? HI, Host Institute. Right? The line which we have written in the sanction order, because I have signed the sanction order, na? The line which we have written means many colleges in the previous this thing, we directly transfer the money to your account. Now it is CNA. Now it is not your account. Earlier we have transferred to the college account. Some of the colleges, what they have done, they have directly transferred the money to the incubator. That is wrong. Now the money is held at the CNA level. You are only authorized to spend that. Correct? So whatever the TA money comes, or whatever the raw material comes, whatever the testing charges comes, you add that entity as a vendor. You got my point? Then you transfer the money. That's all. In this case, the incubator is also a vendor. You add him as a vendor, his account, bank account, then you transfer that money, TE money only, to him. Only exemption is TE. And of course, he is not authorized to spend. It is he has spent and he is getting back the money. You got my point, sir? Right, sir?
He spends early, he spends first, then he will.
Then you transfer the money.
He transfer through vendor by his
That exact amount only, ticket amount. Confusion
What
clear?
is the fee to be incorporated? What is
Sir?
the fee? You paying the incubators.
Sir.
The incubators need to submit the bill or not.
Bill, yes, exactly. Ticket? Ticket, sir?
No, sometimes it is, we also insisting on the incubators that they may travel by RTC, they may travel by train. but
Anything,
they-
sir.
they-
RTC they give the ticket.
Sometimes they go by travel account details, they submit, we are accepting, we are paying. Except the problem we facing is he is producing the tickets on his name. So that is the point stopping us.
Sir, he has to provide ticket on his name only.
That's what, yeah.
Otherwise, it is wrong.
That's what. So now you suggested we go through and keep
No
adding
confusion,
as
sir, now. Still you have
Yeah,
confusion?
yeah.
If he is traveling by own transport,
Yeah, bill lesser than 2,000, 3,000, everything as per the GFR format. Or can we take something like 2,000, 3,000? some of the companies they may not have GST. So if you said about GFR 2017, as per the GFR 2017, every bill has to be as per the legal entity, should come from legal entity. But incubators sometimes they spend in local shops, okay, where they do not have the GST. Can we consider that bill?
No, that is not allowed.
That is not allowed. So, and one more question, sir. So, for example, if I selected one incubator, so as a HI, I have to spend time on every time with him, whatever the spend the incubator do. So, I have to work in administration and transfer the amount to the vendor. You mean to say that thing?
Exactly. Multiple vendors.
So, I have to every day create multiple vendors.
Sir, that is why we are appointing you as the host. So you have to take some responsibility, because as I started my speech, I told you that every rupee you spend, you are responsible. And if you are putting the responsibility on the hand of incubator, then you are answerable. He is not answerable. It is auditable by the Controller General of Audits, Government of India. Then if they find out some mistakes, for everybody I am telling, then you are supposed to return back the entire money. If there is misappropriation or mishandling of fund, not only that fund, the entire 15 lakh you may have to refund. There is no mercy, there is no exemption on that part. So that is why I kindly request you that you take the responsibility and you ensure that the money goes to that particular vendor. Otherwise, what happens, earlier in the earlier scheme, we transferred the entire money to the college account, and some of them they transferred to the incubator account. Then after that, when we asked for the expenditure statement, they were not able to produce. They simply said, we have transferred the money to the incubator, we don't know what has happened. That is why Government of India has introduced this new system. No money is now transferred, it is all lying with the CNA account. That is why again and again Subhas is telling, you try to spend the money before 31st March, otherwise it will go back.
So who needs to submit the UC?
You see, you have to submit, sir, because you are spending.
Okay. So
You are
for
only
example, I have 2 incubators.
And this UC has to be generated from the Pfms. Please underline that line, this one. In the earlier scheme, many of the people, they simply typed the UC and they have submitted. That is not at all acceptable. It has to be generated from the Pfms, means there will be a number that can be checked by the Pfms people and ourselves also. Right, sir? So whatever expenditure you do, please ensure that it is flowing through the Pfms system. Public Financial Management System. That is why it is called public finance, because this is a public money, so you have to spend judiciously and very carefully. Right, sir?
Sir, I have last question. If you have, for example, 2 starters, I have to submit 2 UC or 1 UC?
2 UC.
2 UC.
That Subhas will, if they have more than one idea approved, single UC or separate for individual?
Single use.
Single. For one HI?
You generate separate use.
For each
But
HI.
जो यूसी सबमिट करना है सीएनए को वो कंबाइंड यूसी
Yes, sir. One day.
Extension to that, sir. Same thing. If the incubator is traveling with his own vehicle and claiming the charges of diesel petrol, in that case, what will be the incubator?
Wait, sir. I'll explain your question. If the incubator is